everybody, another 15-minute move more session that I'm going to video for you this morning. So I will set the timer and we're going to start down on our mats in child's pose. So we take ourselves down onto our knees. Now I'm going to take my knees out really wide so that the knees are towards the outer edges of the mat, and that lets my big toes touch, so I've got some contact there in my feet. Then have a little wiggle through the hips, and I've got space for my torso to just rest down towards the mat. So my head aiming down towards the mat here, and if you find that your head doesn't quite reach, just pop a pillow underneath and bring the ground up closer to you. Hips are hinged down towards our heels, so we get a lovely stretch, lengthening through the spine. We're going to stay down here just for our first minute and take some deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Now your lungs are situated in the back, mainly 80% of them in the back of the body. So as you breathe in through the nose, imagine the lungs expanding deep across the back and feel the ribs expanding outwards. So everything's growing bigger. Yeah, so we'll do that a couple of times. So inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale through the nose and just let everything soften. Two more. Last time, inhale. Exhale, relax. And then we're going to bring ourselves up onto our hands and knees to get the spine moving. So we stack the joints first of all to protect ourselves and keep ourselves in a good alignment for supporting the joints. So as you breathe in, just push the ground away a little bit and just feel really solid and stable through the torso. As you breathe out, press the ground away, and you're going to tuck the pelvis under and tuck the chin right down to the chest so that you're pushing the back of your ribs, the top of your upper back, you're pushing that up towards the ceiling. Ooh. Now breathe in and you let everything dip down, the belly dips down, and in turn the bottom sticks out and sticks up. Yep, we want that to happen. We push the chest forward and we gaze up. So we've got a lengthening down the whole front of the body. Exhale, we roll that back together. So we're moving our spine through flexion and extension. And the more times we do this, the easier it starts to become. We get a wonderful lengthening sensation from the back of the body, through the front of the body, and the movements will become more and more fluid the more we practice this. So come back to what we call a neutral spine now. And we're going to look over one shoulder all the way down to our foot so that we're stretching down the right hand side of the body. And we do that in the opposite direction. So you're getting a lengthening, extension, stretch, whatever you want to call it, from the hip, up through the waist, through the ribs, into the armpit. And we do that a few more times, side to side. yoga, we match breath and movement so that everything's working together. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Come back to the centre. So we've moved the spine forwards, we've extended backwards, we've gone side to side. So now we need to get some rotational movement going. So back to hands and knees. Breathe in and reach one arm up towards the ceiling. So you're opening the chest. As you breathe out, we take this hand, we thread it through the gap, and we get a sensation around the mid-back. Yeah, so we can feel a twist, exhale, a twist, and some great space all through this, what we call thoracic part of the spine. So it's the bit of the spine that attaches to your ribs. So that's where we're looking to get this movement to sort of come from. Now, there's not as much movement in this part of the spine as there would be in the lower spine. So if you're doing this for the first time, you're probably feeling the hips pushing out and the more movement in the lumbar. And that's fine. Come back to centre. Just so you know what we're aiming for, over time, you'll be able to change these sensations and start to feel it in different parts of the body. So, hands and knees. Let's switch sides. We breathe in and we breathe out. Back of the ribs. We breathe in and we breathe out. And you're probably testing your balance a little bit here and a bit of coordination. So we're firing up different parts of the brain as well that we might not have used as much this morning. One more time. Inhale, reach, and exhale, come through. Okay, hands and knees it is again. This time, tension on the feet, tuck the toes right underneath. Think about, again, alignment, so the ankles aren't turning in or out. And then sit your bottom and therefore your body weight down through the heels. Now what you're feeling here, it's probably quite excruciating if you've never done this, but we're releasing tension and tightness from the bottom of the feet. Who knew your feet needed a stretch? Yeah? If you can bear it, let's stay here a little bit longer. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, try and grip the hands and pull everything back and away from the body, and then start to push the ribs up to the ceiling. And this is a really great energizing and sort of awakening. It's an invigorating posture. Lengthening all the way across the collarbones, fronts of the shoulders and across the chest. Yeah, you can open the neck or you can drop the chin onto the chest. And it also takes the attention off what's going on in your feet, doesn't it? And release, lovely. Back to hands and knees. Let's test the balance out again. Take one leg out behind you, rest on the toes. Take one arm in front of you, so you've got opposite arm, opposite leg. That might be enough for some of you. If not, we're going to try, we call this Superman. Yeah, you can point the toe, you can flex the foot, whichever feels best for you today. So here we've got the pelvic floor muscles working, we've got the core stabilising us. We're testing our balance and our coordination. Keep the leg raised, take the arm out to the side, and let's do some big circles. Yeah. So we're working into the shoulders, back the other way. If you're falling over, don't worry. And place it down, pop that one back. Switching sides, other leg out. Lift, brace through the torso, lift the pelvic floor muscles and find the balance. Yeah, take the arm out to the side. Bring it back, stretch it forward. My curtains are getting in the way. And then again, circle. So while our limbs are moving, our body's having to work harder to stabilise itself. And you might be like this as your arm's moving, and that's fine. Over time, you'll be able to keep the leg, the torso still while you're moving the other limbs. Okay, let's take our weight back. We're balancing now on the toes. We're tucking ourselves into a little ball. Tuck the chin right into the chest. And then pop the heels down. Keep the knees bent, yep. And just let yourself hang. Shake the head side to side. Release any pressure, tightness around the neck and the shoulders. Hold on to the elbows and have a little sway. So it's important to keep the knees bent and the tummy or the torso in contact with the thighs, yeah? And so then you can just release through the back. Head is heavy, gravity weighing us down towards the floor. And in yoga, the whole time the breath flows naturally, soft and steady. Take the hands down towards the floor. We're going to start to straighten alternate legs. Yeah, so you bend one, you straighten the other. And it might be that you're up here for now. Yeah, trying to reach down towards your toes. Again, that's fine. You might have the palms flat on the floor. We are all coming to our mats with completely different bodies. It's not about comparing ourselves. It's not about competing with ourselves. Yoga is just being who you are today, being happy with what you've got, and just accepting yourself. You know, warts and all, imperfections, and just enjoying the movement. Okay, try and straighten up both legs if you can. Hinging from the hips, so we're trying to keep that contact, and we just let the head hang heavy. So now we can feel a bit more energy rising up through from the feet, up through the legs. The fronts of the legs, if you prod your thighs, are a bit solid now because that muscle's working, and the backs of the legs are stretching deeper to wake up the hamstrings and the calves. Yeah. Tucking the chin, and again, just breathing into this. On your next in-breath, we're going to gaze forward, so we're looking at the top of our mat, and we're going to start to rise up to a halfway lift. So you can slide the hands at the shins. You can see now my legs are straight and my back is straight. I'm gazing forward. We exhale, we come all the way back down into that fold. We breathe in and we lift halfway again. We breathe out and we release. Do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Once more, inhale and exhale. So we're working the legs here. On your next in-breath, look forward just as we've done, but this time sweep the arms out and lift yourself, fully standing, stretching the hands up so we're lengthening through the sides of the body. We can gaze up towards the ceiling and we can reach the arms down to the sides of the body. Okay, let's have a little walk up to the front of our mat. I'm just going to check our timer. Okay, perfect. We've got 30 seconds left, so let's do a half sun salutation to just finish us off and raise our energy levels. So at the top of our mat, we take a deep breath in and we reach and stretch as tall as we can. On our exhale, we're going to dive down, the knees can be bent or straight, into that forward fold that we've just practiced. On our next in-breath, we do the halfway lift and extension. Thank you, timer. We exhale to fold all the way down and we rise strong to finish and release. Good work. Okay, stop the timer. That's our 15 minutes Move More completed for today. You can carry on with the rest of your day now, knowing that you've done something positive for yourself, for your well-being, for your mind and your body. See you again soon. Thank you.